The revolution will not be televised. It will be podcasted. And remember, the female equivalent of a tea bag is a clam dunk. Until we meet again.
Hello there, and welcome to the Geeky Dad Strike Back, Season 3, Chapter 4. I'm your host, Ian Fiffy, joined yet again, as always, by Mike Shellshire.
Hello.
And Craig Edwards.
Howdy.
Where's the howdy, Craig? Where's the other howdy?
Howdy.
You're saying too many now. Don't take the piss.
I'm Woody. Howdy.
I can't even count how many that was. How is everybody?
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, one day one of us is just going to turn around and say, actually, no, I've been fucking shit.
Yeah, most likely.
I doubt it because I just messaged you before and go, I'm not recording. I feel like shit.
Had a bit of feedback from the last episode with cartoon themes. I was in Geek Retreat the other day and spoke to Doug, our friend of the podcast. Doug, hello, Doug.
Hey, Doug.
Hi, Doug.
He wants to meet you. He wants to meet you both of you, actually. Okay, so he gave me a list of his 5 favourite tunes. So here are his. So he's put Centurions.
See that?
Yeah, it's a good one. That I remember. I think I spoke about the toys in our favourite toys episode. It was like the figures that you could just attach things to. And they could, it was like was it a bit? Could you describe it as a bit like Transformers because the like attach things to these suits that things could attach to and you could turn into like a submarine or a helicopter or a jet or a motorbike. The motorbike was the best one, I think.
They
DuckTales.
But yeah, they were like suits of armor that had like Lego bits on that you could stick to them.
Yeah. Lego bits are probably the best way I can describe it. His second pick was DuckTales.
Oh yeah. DuckTales was fantastic. Nobody said that we were straight away.
Fraggle Rock, but I think was it you picked Fraggle Rock last episode?
I mentioned Fraggle Rock, yeah. But the reason I said it was because of making up different names, different verses for it. Hence
the title of the episode, Fraggle Abuse.
Yep.
Yeah. Batman the Animated Series.
Oh, that's a good one, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
And curiously, he picked the opening theme, whereas I would have picked the closing theme for this one. That's the Raccoons.
The what?
The Raccoons.
Yeah, I
never heard that one
as well.
You've never heard of the Raccoons?
No.
Okay,
oh,
right. Well,
we're gonna have to do a Craig's episode now. Cyril.
No, all Craig needs to do is go into our Facebook page, go to the reels, and I posted a copy of the opening.
For the Raccoons.
The Raccoons, yeah. I always like to describe Tommy as the living embodiment of raccoon because the house is all peaceful and serene until Tommy wakes up. And it's all crazy. Actually, I had some other feedback. So this one is from a friend of the show, Frank Spinello. So they sent us the Shoe People theme song.
Oh yeah.
I've never heard of the Shoe People, but the second person who actually mentioned it.
Never heard of it.
Here's another one I completely forgot. I think they've gone completely with British themes here. Stop It and Tidy Up.
Oh yeah. The Shoe People was I remember watching the Shoe People. To be fair, I've just looked it up and I was like, oh yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, I don't remember it. Rhubarb and Custard.
Yeah,
I started singing the theme tune, but I was going into Love Love Me Do by the Beatles. And the only sent us 3 Meow Meow.
Wasn't that a drug everyone took in like 2005?
I think I had an advisor in work who got caught taking Meow Meow.
was like a legal high, wasn't it?
I don't know, but he was. Oh,
I remember
I
it being
listened to
all
his
over the
calls. It was
news.
awful. Yeah. And that was it. And this one was from another friend of the podcast, my best friend from primary school, Chris. He sent over the following. So he's put Transformers,
Right. Yeah. I mean, that was a
Simpsons.
classic.
Yeah, Simpsons.
Simpsons.
Yeah.
Simpsons.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original 80s version, but I think we remember the Hero Turtles now.
Yeah, because you never
Yeah.
had the Ninja Turtles one over here. It was slightly different.
No. Thundercats.
Thundercats, yeah.
And he's put his gummy bears for his.
I've got
Yeah.
to argue with Simpsons, though. Simpsons it's not very good intro music, to be fair.
I don't know. It's Danny Elfman doing it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's okay. It's memorable, I suppose.
Yeah. So yeah, he asked his missus, and she put the Shoe People. So that's the second person. Bill and Ted, the cartoon theme. I've never heard of that.
You know, I can't.
I
I
remember that, but I can't remember the theme to it.
Yeah, same. I
Remember
remember
being
the
shit.
cartoon, but what didn't go on? It didn't last very long. I think it was only a few episodes.
Yeah. Batman the Animated Series again.
Batman,
There's one that I've shared on our socials, and that was on our Facebook and our YouTube. That was Nightmare theme.
Nightmare, yeah, that was fantastic.
Oh, Nightmare was amazing. You know, I ended up watching a load of episodes on YouTube, and I always remember, like, when my brain remembers it, is that they were all the kids were dead posh.
Right.
You wouldn't have any kids like say from. Wouldn't have any kids from like Runcorn or like where we grew up on there, but when I was listening to like some of the accents when they're talking, they were all like people like proper Yorkshire accents. They weren't all posh called Cuthbert. Well, I think that's the way my brain remembered it. And
have you ever watched the Limmy show where he does the call-in like role-playing thing? Oh, I always that kind of reminds me of it as well. I don't know if you've just seen it. I'll have to send you the link if you haven't.
I think it always appears on my suggestions on Netflix, but I don't think I've ever actually watched any of it.
Right.
Just some fella pulling a funny face. Okay. And the last pick was Round the Twist.
Round the Twist, completely forgot about that. But yeah,
I just went for cartoons, but that was such a good show, though.
Yeah, was this set in New Zealand? Round the Twist.
Is New Zealand or Australia? I can't remember.
I'm going to Google it as well.
I'm wikiing it, yeah.
Australia, you're right.
Such a brilliant show, though. But yeah, so there was some.
I should have known it was Australia. Keaton Bronson. The most 80s Australian names ever. Bronson.
Was there any characters in Neighbours called Bronson? I can't remember. I remember Bronwyn, but I think that was Home and Away. Okay, so there was just some suggestions from like some listeners and fans of the show. So thank you very much for your input. Some great suggestions, and even though I still don't know what the Shoe People are, I am going to have to look it up.
Yeah. There was like one with like a cowboy hat, and he had a hole in the front of him, and I don't really remember much of it, but I do. When I looked it up, then I was like, "Oh shit, I remember watching that."
I mean, I'm amazed nobody mentioned the Poddington Peas. I mean, I don't want to mention the Poddington Peas mainly for traumatic memory.
Why? The Poddington Peas was ace.
Oh, right. So I was in just for people who aren't aware of like where we live. Me and Mike lived in a town with a shopping centre directly in the middle of the town, called the Shopping City. And when we were kids, they had the people dressed up as the Poddington Peas there. I don't know if you ever remember that. Anyway, so I went there. I liked the TV show at the time, and I went there. I think I got pictures taken next to one of them, and they grabbed me, but they.
Oh.
I don't know if they just couldn't see or was like intent. I have no idea, but I just remember that it's a memory just stuck in me because I just remember like feeling quite uncomfortable and being wide-eyed on the way home.
By a Poddington Pea.
I was, well, I don't know if it was accidentally or like intentionally, but yes, I was Poddington P. Yeah.
If that's not the name of this podcast episode,
What would you call it?
touch.
That's a bit of a mouthful.
I don't care.
What about bad?
No. Oh, the full thing.
Yeah, you know what?
He didn't tickle you.
Oh, I wish I didn't say that now. Okay, yeah, so moving swiftly on. So last week I posted a video to our Facebook page and our YouTube page, and it was a video version of a sketch we did from the X-Men episodes we did, didn't we? It was a joke called Metal Gear Flaccid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and my French.
What?
Yeah.
That me and my French.
You and your friends had to write out phonetically for you. You still sound terrible.
I can't fucking do it, mate.
That's why, honestly, I didn't want to even. I mean, you watched the video. I don't know if you have or not.
Not all of it, no.
No. So you're seeing any of your bits?
Nope.
Okay. So yeah, I think you do need to get the full joke. I think you do need to get up to your parts of it. So I mean, it just came from it. Like I was just thinking about like maybe we could talk about that because I just distinctly remember coming up with the sketch idea when you sent a picture of you wearing an eye patch.
Yeah. I somehow scratched my eye in the middle of the night and literally scratched the retina in my eye. So I ended up going to hospital and they were like, oh yeah, done that stupid thing where they put the dye in your eye and then they're shining a light into it and they're like, you scratched the cornea or whatever it is. And yeah, I sent you. I was like, what the fuck? Sent this picture. You were like, you look like bloody Solid Snake. I think that's where it came from then.
Yeah, so it literally just went. It just came from me. I just got the idea in my head. So okay, we need to do a Metal Gear Solid sketch. Just the idea stuck in my head. So I think I hyper focused on it that much that it just took over my life for like 2 hours. So I was just sitting there cackling to myself writing this sketch. Just think of an idea, and it went on from there. And I thought, you know what, explaining the whole X-Men series of films is especially how convoluted the stories are, and how it's just a pretty big time paradox. I just thought that is something that you would probably see in a Metal Gear Solid like cutscene. I'm
so glad I didn't have to read your lines because bloody hell,
it was a mouthful. I mean, I do. I mean, I think I edited quite a lot out of it, but there was quite a bit of times I did trip over my own lines there.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, but I think that's why I love about the podcast. I think I do love doing those silly sketches, which just like one thing would just tickle me, and I'll just inflict it on either of you. Well, three of us in the past. Sometimes didn't always land. Like the time I don't know if you use that was with us when I did the one about where I did the statement pretend to be Boris Johnson.
No, I don't. What's wrong with that one?
No, I think I think at the end of it, I was hoping that Chris and Michael Chris and Craig, sorry, would have like made some like I don't know some joke like you would have done. I hope would have made like a joke question pretend to be a member of the press, and it was just what was it? I know I did release it as just a bonus content, but it was just how I got what was it? It was something rude anyway, something rude and stupid. And I thought, and you saw, remember Chris just saying at the end of the after I went, Chris just went, okay, just completely just dumbstruck and didn't know what to say. What was the other one? I remember the time. I think the first sketch we ever did, the one with the gremlin.
No, that was quite good. To be fair, that was quite good.
Yeah, the gremlin one was quite good. I think that was just done on the fly. I just came up with that and just I remember just messaging you saying, right, jump on here, I need to record something quick because we wasn't recording that week. So I thought, now we'd just skip and just say, all right, we'll leave it a week. But then I would think it was all new and fresh and thought, okay, well, let's get a bit of content out there quick. And I did the joke with the you were brilliant in that. Your acting was brilliant. And it's just me doing the gravelly voice of the gremlin.
That's why we had my little studio room. I could shout very loudly. So,
What the fuck is this? It's coming right at me. It's coming right at me. And you know, and God bless you if you did it in your house now. So somebody come rushing into your room thinking something's happening.
yeah. That room like fully soundproofed. Oh man, I wish.
It was like your playroom.
It was.
Michael Gray.
Yeah, it wasn't that sexy though. A computer with some soundproofing around.
I mean, I think there's was one sketch. I mean, you've always been quite brilliant when it comes to the sketches. You've always been quite up your game for anything. Just there's always been one sketch that you always refused to do. That was the what was it? The sketch I wrote for I was listening to the audiobook of Spare by Prince Harry. And I thought, I wonder if we could do that with Skeletor when he was in boarding school. So I wrote the sketch out and sent it to you. He said, I'm not reading that.
No.
Said it said just people won't find it funny, even though we will.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Is Craig
So
still here? Is Craig gone off to play Final Fantasy VII?
No, I'm still there. I'm just listening to your stories.
You can't lay into.
I know.
Yeah, I know, but I think what I loved the most about like doing Metal Gear Flash that I got all four of us involved in that, even though Chris and Craig were playing lovers.
Oh, what? Were we? Oh.
I think you need to watch the whole thing.
I'll have to watch it probably.
See what you got yourself into.
Can't believe we didn't realise it.
No, I'm not even bothered.
Do you even bother to like see if you could translate what I was getting you to read?
All I know is I heard a bit of it. That bit when you posted it on the WhatsApp group, and Bloss was like, "What the hell?" And I say it's me trying to be French. That's some bit, and that's about it.
What was it? I know the last line was, "You don't say that about me anymore." Something like that. I can't remember what the exact one was, but yeah, it did involve Viagra, Petit Falou, a lovely tea party.
Okay.
Hence why you got to listen to the whole thing to get the joke.
Good job. I don't care about my dignity anymore.
Anybody watch the Crow trailer yet?
Oh, watch that a minute. It doesn't actually look too bad, but I think the way they've done him is a bit silly. Like, if they didn't do it all, I can't even say emo because it's not even emo anymore. Like, it just looks like a bit of a tit. But like I said, and I like it. Is it Bill Skarsgård, that one?
Yeah, Pennywise.
Yeah, I like him as well. I think he's really good. But like I say, I can only see when it comes out and see what it's going to be like.
I went into it thinking, this is going to be god awful. And you know what? I actually liked it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I thought it was good. Like when I didn't realize how graphic it was going to be, I was like, "Fucking hell, that's actually not too bad." So
I'll have to give it a watch. I mean, I didn't like the fact that they made him look a bit like freaking Jared Leto's Joker. So it's like,
if you can get past that, I mean, it looks good. I mean, it does. It's not a like for like remake. It's a different story. But they've done all the other Crow stories, they've always been pretty much okay. This character tends to Crow, and he just looked just like Brandon Lee in that film. But this is different. It's I'm same but different.
I'll give it a watch.
Yeah, I think this could be a remake that actually does all right. I mean, I saw a trailer the other day, and I swear to God, it was just like a complete trigger warning for me, or complete trigger moment. It was, an advert that I saw on Facebook, and it was for a film called Sting. It's about like a giant spider in a house. Oh, you know what I'm like with giant spiders, but bloody hell, I literally screamed. I screamed out loud. I'm not gonna lie. Spiders scare me.
They scare me as well, but I'm not that bad. I'm not a big fan.
Oh no,
I'm not bothered by spiders.
Yeah, it was always arachnophobia. Arachnophobia did me in and just ruined me for spiders for life. Ruined spiders for me.
Do you want me to tell you a quick? Like, it wasn't a spider, but like, I'm not a big fan of like creepy crawlies myself. That's what it is with me. I'll tell you a little funny story. Obviously, when I went Paris last year, in the room, like as you walk into the room, you have the bathroom to the left, and then there's
Yeah.
like an arch above you, and it had the aircon there. And it was on the last night. Me and the missus are in the bed just watching stuff or reading, and all is asleep in the bed next to us. And I'm like, what's that? Looked over, and out this aircon crawls this massive grasshopper.
Oh.
And I'm like to the missus, like, get it. So she had to climb on the bed that Orla was in to grab this grasshopper. And as she did it, she fell off the bed and landed on her knees as well, which I thought was hilarious. But she managed to get the grasshopper because it fell on the floor, and then she threw it outside, and like I said, so it didn't come back in. But obviously, we've turned the lights out, go to sleep, and then all of a sudden, I just go, ah! Like, turn the light on. She's like, "What's happened? What's happened?" I said, "My face." Literally, a grasshopper out of nowhere landed on my face, and then as we were flicking it up, it landed on the bed. It went underneath the covers, and I jumped out the bed so quick, and she had to get that one and wrestle that one out the house, out the hotel as well, because it was fucking huge. But it was. That room was pitch black as well. For one just to land smack bang on your fucking face, it terrified the life out of me.
Anybody else thinking this Jiminy Cricket?
He's just been playing Lies of P as well.
Oh, it was
poor Jiminy Cricket.
Poor me. It was fucking terrifying.
He's probably terrified landed on your hairy face.
Oh, I don't give a crap. It's its own fault.
By the sounds of it, there was plenty of craps going on right there.
Oh, it was horrible.
Anybody else see?
Oh, God, go on.
No, go on, you go.
I was going to say, I've got loads of, I mean, they're not scary at all, but I've got like loads of ivy outside my room. And come the summer, it'll be more often, but because it gets loads of aphids on it, it gets tons and tons of ladybirds. So if I leave my window open, I end up with about 50 ladybirds in my room. Creepy crawlies definitely don't bother me.
Oh, they bother me. Okay, so moving on. Anybody watched anything else over the past week or?
Well, I finished it the other week, which I liked. I forgot to mention it. That Has Been Hotel, the one that I told you to watch, Mike. It's fantastic. I absolutely loved it.
I watched a couple of episodes and I couldn't get into it, to be honest with you. I have to give it another go. But it was
and like the music in it is brilliant though. Like
it's
some of the
very
songs,
musical, isn't it?
Yeah, there's two songs in each episode, but it's brilliant. I think it's absolutely fantastic.
I mean, I should really like things like that because I love Bob's Burgers and there's always a bloody sing song in that. But yeah, it just I don't know, it just didn't sit with me. But I'll give it another go.
Yeah, you'd have to. It was brilliant. It was really good.
I don't think I watched. What did I watch? I mean, I watched the Oscars the other night. I think the sketch with Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger and Michael Keaton was really funny.
Oh, I didn't see any of it, to be honest with you.
You see it. So Arnold Schwarzenegger, Dan DeVito come onto stage, and you say, "Well, wondering why we're both up here together." And obviously, your brain will jump to, "Oh, they starred in Twins together, or Junior." Yeah. I said, "Arnold Schwarzenegger, we both tried to kill Batman."
Oh, so apparently he done the Joker impression, didn't he? Not Joker.
Don't think so. No.
Penguin.
Penguin.
Sorry.
Yeah.
He done Penguin.
So they asked how did Batman defeat you? And Arnold Schwarzenegger goes, "My one weakness." And Dan DeVito said, "What do you mean, heat?" I said, "No, love." So Dan DeVito goes, "Jesus Christ!" So I got thrown out of a window. So is he here anyway? So the point. So there he is, right there. And there's Michael Keaton giving them daggers. And like giving them the bring it on, like, look, I was not funny. Yeah. Obviously, John Cena naked on stage.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah. But my favourite part of it was Ryan Gosling singing "I'm Just Ken."
I saw that. I thought that was actually quite good. I've not seen the movie, but I thought it was good. Though he started off behind Margot Robbie as well. She's in stitches, isn't she? She's like trying to keep it together.
She was. It was hilarious. But I mean, I'm still on the fence of that movie. I think when we said in the like the last episode of series 2, that was season 2 we did, that I'd just seen it, and I was still on the fence whether it was a really smart film or was a really stupid film. I think I'm leaning more to being a really smart film, and I'm liking it more. But the highlight of that film, for me personally, was Ryan Gosling doing the musical number, because it was just outstanding. It was brilliant. But just to put another geeky spin on it, the fact that the new Doctor, Nutty Gatwa, is in the dance. You know, he's in the film obviously, but he's in the dance number at the Oscars.
Right.
So he's dancing on stage in a top hat and tails. It's brilliant. So if anybody else hasn't watched it, go and watch it. Go and listen to the I'm Just Ken. Ryan Gosling has a beautiful singing voice. He's a beautiful, beautiful man. He's got a remake coming out in a few weeks as well, isn't he? He's doing the remake of the Fall Guy.
Oh yeah.
I mean, me and Mike.
Is that another Amazon thing? It's getting released on
No,
ours.
I think they're coming out at the cinemas. I'm not too sure. I mean, me and you'll know it definitely. Growing up as kids. I mean, Craig, do you ever remember it? The TV show The Fall Guy? No. Oh, it was the guy who played the $6 Million Man, Lee Majors. He played like a Hollywood stuntman who was a bounty hunter.
Okay.
I think this film does veer away from it. I think it's more of an action comedy, this one. But look, the trailer looked really funny. So I think it's worth a watch
for that, because that could be really good.
Yeah, honestly, I'd watch it. It's funny.
Yeah.
What I like about Ryan Gosling, that when he can do he does comedy really well. I mean, the film he did with Russell Crowe, was it the Nice Guys?
Yeah,
that's a brilliant film. I need to watch that again. But yeah, so let's move on. Let's move on to the films that we absolutely hate.
No.
Okay,
I just want to say one other thing is on Jed's suggestion, he put up on Facebook he was watching that Lisa Frankenstein, and I wouldn't have even looked at it twice, but because he put up, it was really funny. I put it on. Watch it. It is absolutely hysterical. It's very 80s vibes, but 80s, early 90s vibes, but it's so funny. It's so stupid. It's literally just about a girl who's like, she's obsessed with this grave of this of this whatever Frankenstein, and he accidentally gets brought to life. And like she basically, there's one point she's in front of the grave, and she says, "I wish I could be with you." And then that I don't want to spoil it too much, but when he does come to life, she finally meets him, and he comes up to her, and she's like, "Why are you here? Why are you here?" And he sort of like gestures towards her, because like you said, like you wanted to be with him. She went, "No, I meant in the ground, dead."
Awkward. I've seen the trailer for it. It looks really good. I like the look of it. It's written by Diablo Cody and directed by Zelda Williams, isn't it? Robin Williams' daughter.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It genuinely is. It's a laugh out loud film. Well worth a watch. And then it's epic ending as well.
Okay, well, I'm definitely going to watch it. Yes, definitely. I mean, by the time this episode's out as well, the new Ghostbusters film will be at the cinema, won't it?
Yes. That's another interesting one.
Yeah, so after I think we'll be discussing that one in a future episode. Right, before we move on, I've just been reminded of a fact. No, I picked gummy bears for one of my picks last week. Okay, so not last week, on episode 2, right? So I found out, I was made aware of some very interesting facts about the gummy bears theme.
Right.
So this is going to blow your mind. The fella who sang the theme tune to Gummy Bears, not only did he do the singing voice for Simba in the original Lion King film, which I always thought was funny, because I thought, okay, well, Matthew Broderick can't sing that well. Anyway, so he did this voice for only in the first one, because in Lion King 2, it's Matthew Broderick and he sounds shite. So not only did he do the singing voice for Simba.
All right.
Not he didn't. So he didn't. Just make it a fact that he didn't. He sang Africa, but he didn't sing the original version of Africa, so that he joined the band after that song was made. So not only that, he's also the son of John Williams.
Right. I mean, that doesn't surprise me. You know, someone so musical. Hello.
Yeah, so I was just expecting a bit more like shock and awe.
Yeah,
I mean, finding out those facts just completely blew my mind. Anyway, yeah. So okay, let's just move on to hated films.
I had to Google all the names.
What?
You know, I'm rubbish with names. I had to Google all the names before I could actually see who they were.
Not even know Toto.
I know the band Toto, yeah. But I couldn't tell you who any of the people in Toto are.
Well, I couldn't tell you the band Toto, but I did. You know, first thing I thought of when I read that was, oh my god, he sang Africa. Then I had to just double check and know it was he joined the band. Like he was in the band for a period between the song coming out and then later on.
So the one song that they're overly renowned for
singing.
That wasn't him.
I know.
No. They must have done other songs though. I mean, I know they did this. I know they did the soundtrack to Dune, the David Lynch Dune. Because I've had that soundtrack for years. But yeah, so there you go. Fun fact.
Oh, I mean, there is loads of massive Toto songs. Rosanna, Hold the Line, you know, they're all big songs.
Fucking head.
I mean, no, you would if you played them.
I probably would, yeah. Okay, let's just move on to hated films. Okay, so this week we're talking about films that we absolutely fucking hate. Doesn't have to be because they're bad, generally, just because we just hate them. I mean, just when I was coming up with this, coming up with my pick, I thought the second one. I'm actually torn now about which film I actually hate more. But we'll get to me in a bit anyway. So, Mike, we're going to start off with you.
Okay, absolutely. For me, quite an easy pick, really, because it's the 1997 version of Spawn.
Really?
Yes.
You know what? I actually quite like that movie as well. Of it.
Have you watched it again, like lately?
Not recently.
But
it was bad to begin with. I was a massive Spawn.
It was
comic
bad,
book fan.
yeah.
I was a massive Spawn comic book fan. So when that was coming out, I was looking forward to it so much. And then it came out, and I watched it. The acting is god awful. The only person who actually does act any good in it is John Leguizamo.
He plays Annihilator.
Yeah, he's fantastic. Martin Sheen in it can't act for shit.
He just phoned it in. I'll give it that.
Every other actor just phoned it in. If you watch the film, it feels like people are holding up idiot boards in the background and they're reading them out because it is so bad. And then, like, as I say, little bit of because I said a few weeks ago I hated the original Super Mario Brothers film, so a little sort of saving grace for this film is John Leguizamo was the only good actor in this. So it's so bad, and they don't even like. The first few books of Spawn are fantastic, with him like getting dragged into hell and stuff like that, and being told he's going to be like become part of like Hell's army, and they skip all that. He gets dragged into hell, and then it's like 5 years later he wakes up, and it's Annihilator that tells him.
One of those it needs to be a series instead of a movie.
Yeah, and Todd McFarlane said he's going to do another film. They keep saying this is going to happen, don't they? But yet to see anything on it, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It's just so bad, the acting, and they skip all like the good bits of like what make it, and it's just bizarre how they chose to go about it. I'd rather if they just skip the whole bloody origin story and just started somewhere else, because the way they did it was just awful. And on top of that, they were forced to make it PG-13 as well. And I don't know how many of you have read the comic books, but it's not fucking PG-13.
Was it?
Well, no, it's not.
I can't remember that, but yeah.
remember the cartoon was like an 18.
Yeah, like they were forced to make the film PG-13, so there's no blood, there's no guts in it. I think in like the second comic book, Annihilator ripped somebody's heart out in it. So it's they need to remake that film, give it an 18 title, and just go to town with it. It's really bad. And I know there's probably going to be a lot of people who argue against it and say, "Oh, it's a classic film." It's fucking not. It's so bad. The only good thing about it is Annihilator and the music. The music's quite good in it as well. There's a lot of Marilyn Manson in it, and a lot of like classic. Well, so classic. A lot of metal bands from like the early 2000s. So, but yeah,
I mean, trying to think. I remember going to see that at the cinema in Liverpool. I went to see it with a friend of ours as well. I can't remember who.
I went to see it with a friend of mine as well. We went to Chester to watch it and we all just walked out of it, shaking our heads, going, "How bad was that?"
I mean, me personally, I found it entertaining.
I did not.
Yeah, but now you're saying that, Martin Sheen phoned it in. John Leguizamo was the best part of the film. I didn't mind the guy who played Spawn here, Michael, off the top of my head, it's Michael J. White.
Yeah,
he was in The Dark Knight, wasn't he? He was played by the fellows. Okay. I always thought he'd make a good Blade as well. I thought he would have made a good Blade.
Even his acting in it, it's as if they were all directed to be as stilted and like just like, no, you do it exactly how it says on the piece of paper, and they were that terrified to go off script that they just seem like they don't want to be there. So I don't believe that they're all bad actors. I just think they were directed really badly. Who directed it?
Let's have a look, shall we? I remember there being a director's cut as well.
Mark A.Z. Dippé. What else has he done? Garfield.
What's the one with the... You kidding me?
Garfield Gets Real. Marmaduke. So his other like films are all kids' films. And then he got to do Spud. Frankenfish, that's another film he made. Never heard of it.
Halloween Town High.
And now I understand. That's why this film was so bad. Marmaduke. Oh my god. They just look
Ocean
like
Quest.
What that Reef 2 just looks like a rip-off of that Will Smith animation of the fish.
I think it was. I think I watched the video, a short on Facebook, and it was rip-offs of other films. So, like, what was it? Shark Tale was a rip-off of. Shark Tale was a rip-off of Finding Nemo, and this, The Reef, was a rip-off of Shark Tale.
Yeah,
it's a rip-off of a rip-off.
My God, he's made some terrible films.
Made a Garfield trilogy.
Oh my God. Yeah, don't let him go anywhere near the remake. I don't think he'd be allowed.
No, I didn't like about the film. Saying this, I'm just thinking of things I can nitpick about it. He didn't have his mask. He didn't have his mask on. He always seems to just be not wear his face.
Yeah, no, you could always see his face. I do remember that quite a bit.
Yeah. That always bothered me. That always bothered me about stuff like films like that.
In the comics, he covered his face pretty much all the time in the comic books because he hated the way he looked because he was burnt to a crisp. So. Yeah. And they didn't do like the bit where like is it in the comics as well? Like he can transform, and he transforms into human form to go see his daughter, and he can only transform into like a geeky white man.
I think he did that to sleep with his wife one time though, didn't he? Because she was married to a new person.
Yeah, well, he didn't do it on purpose. He couldn't turn into he couldn't go back into Al Simmons. Like his way, the only way he could turn back into a human was this like nerdy looking white dude. It's just the devil's frigging way of like fucking with him. So,
It was nominated. I'm just reading. It's got nominated. He was going to do. I'm sorry. I'm just reading up on this film. Well, I've got it up here. I remember. I'm sure there was a director's cut of it. Because
There
I'm
was.
sure
I
James
had
had
it
it.
on DVD.
California Beach Bum he got turned into, basically.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the difference is between the normal cut and director's cut. I can't remember.
If it's that director, they probably added more animation to it and some children's songs.
If I remember correctly, it probably had more blood, but it was green. That I might have probably completely wrong, but I've just something in my brain just said
there was no blood in it.
That's probably why the director's cut had green blood in it.
Okay.
I was gonna say, yeah, there was blood in there, and I think it was green. Because I remember when he when he cuts the Annihilator's head off, it's like like a greeny, bloodish sort of thing.
I suppose that was the only way to keep it PG-13.
Yeah.
So what's always bothered me, and I'm looking it up now. The fellow who played the old knight in there, like he was like Spawn's.
Yeah.
I knew him from something.
He calls himself the priest, basically, doesn't he?
Yeah. So it did me head in. So I've just looked it up. It was the guy out of Excalibur.
All right.
He played Merlin in Excalibur, which I do remember. It was like that's a weird film, but
we
discussed that one day.
Again, like in the comics, he's supposed to be like Spawn's mentor, and in the film, he just gets shunned by him. Spawn all the time. He gets told to fuck off all the time. He's got like 0 points in the film.
Okay, so we'll move on to mine.
Okie dokie.
Because I know Craig's still thinking of his. Now, I was going to go with. I'll go with me it's got dishonorable mention first, which just popped up in me tonight while I was cooking dinner. It was a film that I really rated the promotion. It's more the fact that the film was just so disappointing. It was probably one of the first films to ever use like internet marketing and create websites and to create like the whole legend of it. That's the Blair Witch Project.
I liked the Blair Witch Project when it came out, to be honest with you, because of all that what they did.
Yeah, that was the only thing I liked about the film.
And
it was the marketing.
They leaked the film online on purpose before it hit the cinemas, so people would see it and think that it was real footage. Now that's some bloody clever marketing. And people went to see it, even though they'd watched it they watched like a dodgy copy of it found on the internet.
Yeah.
And that to me is actually quite clever.
I just found the film to be just so fucking boring. I mean, quite literally, they go out in the woods. I remember coming home drunk one time, and I was I was paralytic. I mean, that's probably the drunkest I've ever been in my life. And I just remember the film was on, and I got told to shut up a few times because I was cheering when that girl got killed at the end.
Yeah.
I was like, she's doing me fucking head in. Die! Just somebody kill her! Just die! Because all she did was scream and sniffle and whine.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I was like, I'm so scared. Oh, it's just a film that pissed me off and bored me.
It's a film that doesn't hold up, to be honest with you. But yeah,
I fell asleep the first time I watched it. I fell asleep. It was that boring. I fell asleep. I regularly fall asleep in the cinema now. It's a well-known fact. I fell asleep during Mario Brothers. Fell asleep during the Barbie movie. I fell asleep pretty much 9 out of the last 10 films I've seen. I have not made it without having to fall asleep and snoring. That being said, my pick, is a film which is a E.T. ripoff. I know it's got that reputation of it's so bad it's good. No, it's not. There's nothing good about this film. It is shit. It's Mac and Me. Mac and Me.
I have watched it, but it's been that long ago that I can't even remember how bad it was. I mean, I know what it is.
Well, I watched clips. I mean, because I just couldn't bring myself. I watched a few documentaries about, a few internet documentaries about it, and I watched clips and I watched the trailer. Okay, this is a film.
All
Basically, that's exactly what I was going to say. It is. It. That's probably why part of the reason I dislike. Because I always hated Pop. I thought Pop was freaky and weird, and it was just. I just always having like memories of Sunday mornings at home, Channel 4, and that fucking Pop being on TV just before Where's the Gummidge, and it's the most boring show ever, and it was just a weird looking thing.
They both look like Tony Hinchcliffe. I don't know if you just.
I don't know Tony.
Google Tony Hinchcliffe. He's a stand-up comedian from America, and he does a podcast called Kill Tony, where he gets like new comedians and stuff. But he looks like Mac from Mac and Me and Pob.
Hold on, loading up now. Oh my god, that's a mouthful of teeth. He looks like the lad out of he looks like a villain from Ghostbusters.
He does look like a villain, doesn't he?
You know what? No, shave his head bald, and he'd look like you remember that episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer when they all couldn't speak, and he got those the gentlemen, is it? And they're walking around just floating.
Yeah,
they got those sinister. Oh yeah. You look. Oh, what's the name? Craig, you watch it. Oh, it's that show about like young kids with hormones and the.
What?
You watch that show on Netflix with the kids?
You saw that was on Netflix?
Yeah, he looks like the kid out of that.
I don't know what you're on about.
Remember that much about Mac and Me?
Oh, well, basically, it's just an hour and a half advert for McDonald's and Coca-Cola. The product placement in it was just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it's a dance number in the middle of a McDonald's, a dance number. I mean, So Mac, Mac looks like, named after Big Mac, obviously. I mean, Coke, the whole fam, like it's about an alien stranded on Earth. He's been separated from his family. They're all in a cave. You can be magically brought back to life by Coke. They call him Mac, apparently after a mysterious alien creature, something like that. But it's clearly just after a Big Mac. Whatever. I mean, the face looks like Pob. The back of the head looks like a tip of a penis. Right. I watched a bit of the trailer. So, like, all the thing you used to do is just suck things through a straw. And I swear there's a spot in the trailer where that alien's making a fucking glory hole. I'm not even kidding. There's a little boy. The little boy in it.
You definitely downloaded the wrong version.
This was the official trailer that is on YouTube.
Real
all you see is there's this little lad. He's looking absolutely terrified. This big drill comes to the hole. Next thing you know, you see the alien sticking its eyeball through it. Honestly, I was like, and the first thing that jumped into my mind was glory hole. Because the thing's got an oral obsession. I mean, things are always getting sucked up. I mean, the aliens get sucked up in the film. They suck the alien up in a bloody Hoover. I'm probably reading way too into this, but I'm just going with it. But yeah, there was a dance number in the McDonald's. But fun fact, when I was watching videos about this film, it's the first on-screen appearance of Jennifer Aniston, but it's like a blink and you'll miss it bit. She's in like the crowd outside the McDonald's. It had a higher budget than, I think it had like a $13 million budget, which was more than E.T., but only made $6 million back.
That's probably because, by the looks of it, whoever made it like pocketed half of that and didn't use it for the film.
I think so. Hold on, let's see. I think it was. I mean, they asked like some big name actors to be in it, and they all said no.
I'm not surprised.
I'm trying to find the director. I'm sure the director made the famous films. He made the Philadelphia Experiment.
I don't even remember that film, to be honest with you.
No, the Philadelphia Experiment.
Yeah,
that's a really good film. It's about a World War. It's based on a World War II crew of a ship trying to an experimental cloaking technology, and the end of two of them fall, like it went wrong. Two of them fall into the modern day. Really good film. Well, yeah, he made that. He made Ice Pirates, which I've never seen but I've heard of. He produced Passenger 57, which is actually quite a good film.
Yeah.
Yes, he did that. What I was going to say about that film. So I always remember now. I remember the kid. I'm spoiling the film now, but it's nearly 40 years old, so I don't fucking care at this point. So at the end of the film, the kid, like the main protagonist, gets killed, and then the aliens bring him back to life for some stupid reason. But I always remember watching it as a kid and getting it on video, and I remember knowing that he got shot. Well, apparently that wasn't in the version that we had. It only appeared in like the Japanese like version of it.
Right.
But I distinctly remember, maybe I'm misremembering it, that the kid got shot.
I really don't know, to be honest with you. As I say, I don't remember
Well,
much about the film, unless you had some dodgy copy or something. Which wouldn't be that surprising, really.
That's what I was going to talk. That's what I was going to say about as well. I remember getting it from because I know they used to go around Med Show, and that would have been around about the same time you lived around the corner. Do you ever remember the video van?
Yeah, he did computer games as well, Scottish fella.
Yeah. I don't remember. It was like a was it like a mini transit van?
Yeah. And
It was big hatch.
He'd open up the hatch at the back, and he'd just have loads of like videos, VHS, and computer games. And you could just go in and choose. Yeah, I remember a lot. Yeah. Rented a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we did as well. I remember the smell of it. It was like a musty smell, but it's not a nasty musty smell, if you know what I mean. It's just like a nostalgic musty smell.
Yeah.
Whenever I catch that smell every now and again, I just get reminded of that video van. What I remember else renting off. I remember renting off the videos of it was the animated series of Teen Wolf.
All right. You could rent consoles off him and all sorts. Like you did everything.
Did he? I don't remember that.
Yeah. If you asked him, if you said to him like I think you have to ask specifically for the consoles because he wouldn't put them in his van in case they got nicked. But yeah, if you ask specifically, bring them to you and rent them to you.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm trying to think what the films are rented. I think we rented California Man. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the original.
Encino Man.
Oh yeah, it was called something different in America. It's called Encino Man now, but I always remember it's California Man.
Yeah, they changed it to California Man because they thought we wouldn't understand what Encino Man would be. They'd be like, well. So,
which I think is really weird anyway, because
we've got quite good geography and they've got really bad geography.
No, what I was going to say is because they changed the name of the title of the first Harry Potter film in America.
Oh yeah,
to Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone instead of the Philosopher's Stone.
I was in America when that came out as well and watched it there.
Yeah.
Bet you were though. Yeah.
Well, then again, why would they not know what a philosopher was?
Who knows? Who knows? Then again, it's probably
it'll be higher ups going. Oh no, that won't sell here. So
yeah, let's call it something else, Sorcerer's Stone. But I'm listening to the audiobooks at the moment, all the Harry Potter ones, and I'm listening to the American versions because I think they're the first versions to listen to, and I just can't listen to Stephen Fry doing the voices, so I'm just used to the American ones are done by Jim Dale, who from the Carry On films, Carry On Columbus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was in the late ones like Carry On Screaming, Carry On. I can't remember the other Carry On Cowboy. I think he was in. Well, he does the he's the narrator of all the American Harry Potter, the American versions of Harry Potter books. So I just listen to him now. So I'm listening to I'm about halfway through now. I'm up to Goblet of Fire at the moment.
All right.
I was listening to today. So a little sidebar there. But yeah, so Mac and Me. It's just a film. It's so cringe. It just hurts me. But I did find out a little fun fact about it. So Paul Rudd every time he used to go on Conan O'Brien, I think from like the Friends finale onwards.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's
say, "Oh,
showing the
I've
thing you're
brought."
running. Yeah, I've
Yeah,
seen that. He does it every
yeah.
time, and he always falls for it as well, doesn't he?
I've seen it. Yeah,
I thought, yeah. He always brings a clip in. I was watching the compilation. I think it was I've got a sneak peek. I've got an exclusive sneak peek from the Friends finale. And he's the little boy in a wheelchair falling off a river, falling into a river. Then he comes back. I think every time he's back, he always shows it. Yeah, it's just. I mean, it was on. I think what triggered me, especially to talk about this episode, was I saw it on their Amazon Freebie, and I just got triggered. I was just so angry because I saw it. It's like an option. But I know loads of people who love that film, think it's brilliant. I was like, it's one of these films I just can't stand.
yeah. I mean,
Um,
as I say, I don't remember that much about it, but that's probably why is that I didn't enjoy it when I was a kid. It probably got switched off. So.
I've just see what you say. That was it as well. I think what pissed me off about it was that they put like a thing, you know what they did with Masters of the Universe, like they tagged on, oh, there'll be a sequel at the end, or I'll be back, something like that. They tagged a stupid bloody thing on them there.
Yeah, that's probably why somebody's made that thing. I've just sent you. It's all right. I'm trying to get Dali to make something right now.
Oh, we use that as the cover.
It's not doing very good. It's starting to. It looks a bit more like Yoda.
So while Mike's trying to get a decent picture of like Mac and me, Craig, have you actually thought of anything about a film that you just hate?
Not really. You know, because I can't think of any old films that are actually really bad, other than ones that you've actually said. But like, I've never watched Mac and Me, so I can't go on about that. The Spawn, I get what Mike says, but it is like one of those little guilty pleasures that I like watching. But I don't know. Like I said, there's movies that I don't like, but I wouldn't say I hate. And obviously, you know some of the movies that I don't like.
Yeah, fucker.
Which is obviously the Star Wars one, the Episode 8. But like I said, it's not something that I actually despise or anything like that. And like I said, there is one where when me and my mate actually did walk out, we wanted a refund after watching it, and I'll say that one, which
was that?
Was the second Ghost Rider movie.
Oh, you actually watched that?
We went to the pictures to watch it, and we were like,
"Oh,
what the fuck?" We walked out, and we both like, "Can we get a refund?" Like,
what did he say?
No, we didn't actually go for it, but we were just like, "Should we go ask? Can we get a refund?" Because, like I said, it was bad. It was a bad movie. Like, and I quite enjoyed the first one as well, but like I said, it could have been obviously a lot better. But like I said, that second one was just awful. But yeah, like I said, there's not much really that I can say I hate in a movie. So sorry to disappoint on that one.
It's okay. So I did put it out to see if anybody like could suggest, like, you know, on our socials, see if anybody had any feedback, and I've asked some questions, and some people have come back to us. So this is from my friend Chris, friend of the show, Mr. Jones. He put, now I think the reason for this is a bit deep. He put big, because our John would play all the fucking time.
You know what? What big? What with Tom Hanks?
Yeah,
I've never actually seen that.
I like.
Never seen it.
No, never seen it.
I liked it. I haven't watched it in years though.
Yeah, I think I've seen it not that long ago, and I still enjoyed it. It's not a terrible film.
Okay, here's another one. Here's another one that was suggested. Here's another one that was suggested. Now, this person hates Avatar because it's a really shit version of Ferngully.
Yeah, well, I fucking hate Avatar anyway, so I'm fully up with you there. It's a more boring version of Ferngully as well.
I don't know. I also got the impression it's a bit more like Dancing with Wolves. Okay, somebody put Vanilla Sky, just a head fuck. I fell asleep. Sky. I still don't get it. I don't think I've ever seen it.
It's quite good. It's oh god, why is it called Vanilla Sky again? It's from one of the artists. But anyway,
I got
it's a
and
great film.
yeah, somebody here also suggested Cabin in the Woods. I really like that film.
I've not seen that one. Is that the one with all the monsters in the shed or something? Or
Yeah. So I thought it was a really clever, really good film. I was trying to think as well. I was trying to think about other films. I remember films I was terrified of, like for stupid reasons. I mean, I remember. I think I've spoke about this before, but it was Superman, the Christopher Reeve Superman. I was terrified of him as a kid.
what of Superman?
Yeah. So I think when I was a kid, I watched Superman 3 first. You know, the one where he turned bad.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was one with
So
the Nuclear Man, but that's the fourth one, ain't it?
That's the fourth one. Which I'll have an I want to tell the story of interesting fact. So I just remember being in my auntie's house in Liverpool and Superman 3 came on the TV. I'd already seen, so I was already terrified of it. And as soon as I saw it was Christopher Reeve in the Superman glasses, I think I was only probably 4, 5 maybe. Apparently I screamed. I remember seeing him running out the house, but apparently my cousin told me I ran out screaming. Anyway, I think when I was about probably 7 or 8, I think one Christmas Superman 2 was on. So watched it then, sat down. You know what? I was fine. I absolutely loved it. I mean, Superman 2 is my favourite Superman film.
Superman 2, the one with Zod. I can't remember his name now.
Yeah.
Zod,
yeah.
I can't remember.
Kneel before Zod.
I was trying. That's what I was thinking in my head then. How does he say it? I couldn't remember how it went. Yeah, before Zod.
Yeah, Zod. But yeah, is there any other films, Mike, that you can think of that you just hate?
No,
just for no other reason, just don't like it.
Not really. No, I'm sure there is. If I sat and thought about it, there's probably some absolutely terrible films out there that I absolutely hate. But for the majority of the time, if I hate something, I just switch it off.
So that's what my thing is as well. If I don't like it that much, I don't even end up finish watching it. I just turn it off.
Yeah, I mean, when you just remind me, you said you walked out of a film, asked for a refund. I've only ever done that once. I didn't ask for the refund. I just said, I just walked out, and that was the Avengers, but not the Marvel Avengers, the Avengers with Ray Fiennes and Uma Thurman.
Oh yeah.
I remember walking out of that film. I couldn't be there. I think it was god awful.
Yeah.
I
can see that. I don't think I've ever. I'm trying to think if I've ever walked out of a film. I have, but for other reasons. Like I had a panic attack, and that's not really the same thing.
No, definitely not the same thing.
Yeah. No, no, I can't really think of any others. You watch those. As soon as we finish up the bloody podcast, I'll be like, fucking got one.
No, it's all right. We'll just talk about it in the next one.
Oh,
yeah,
I finished my AI image anyway for you.
Let's have a look.
Let's send it over to you now.
Send it through. Oh, you know what? We haven't talked about Jed's suggestion because Jed did suggest one to us. Hold on. What Jed put word for word. Shutter Island, because in the trailer they find a note that's like, "Who is patient 67?" And I was like, "Lol, I bet it's Leonardo DiCaprio." Spoiler, it was, and I was like, for fuck's sake. I guess the ending of the movie without seeing the movie. So when I saw the movie, I wasn't surprised anymore.
Okay.
So that's Jed's take on his dislike film.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
What do you think about it? Yeah, I kind of. I just agree with it.
It's been a while since I've seen that movie.
I think I see it's probably one of the. I have this thing. I can normally tell a twist in a film pretty early on. Apparently, Apparently, people with ADHD do tend to like have that thing where they can pick. They can spot a spoiler in a film. I remember watching a reel on Facebook or TikTok somewhere. But what happened? Yeah. Anyway, so I think it was one of the few films actually
I thought of
actually
another
did
film
surprise
that
me.
I absolutely hated.
Okay, go on.
The Street Fighter film.
I like
Oh,
that movie.
oh.
I really like that movie. I think it's awesome.
I think that film, it's shit. I agree. I
It's
remember.
crap, but like I said, it's one of those that are just like good, but like shit good as well.
It's absolutely fucking awful, but it does have one saving grace. Like what Mike said about John Leguizamo, Raul Julia probably saved that film. Because Raul Julia just went full throttle on that. I mean, what was it? Oh, it's the speech he gave to that girl who's playing Chun-Li.
That's Mulan, that.
It's Fennec Shand from Mandalorian and Boba
Yeah,
Fett.
but she's the voice of Mulan, isn't she?
Well, she didn't know. He said, "Oh, you say that this is the worst day of your life. You say I came in, destroyed. This is like the most important day of your life." And he just went, "For me, it was a Tuesday." I thought that line was just brilliant. But yeah, I mean, the rest of the film was fucking cringe.
Yeah,
Like
the thing is though, this Street Fighter, it's not exactly got a massive backstory as it, so it's so yeah. I'm sorry, I'm giggling now as well because I just carried on messing around with the AI, asking it to make Mac and me working in McDonald's basically, and it's just made.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, there's that. I swear down, it's just made the principal from Community as well.
Oh, I want to see this. Oh, Dean.
Dean, yeah. I swear down, it's just Dean.
It looks like a bald Harry Potter.
It looks like he's got a bald, but like one of them ball caps.
Who does like bald Harry Potter?
That first one's quite good.
That is. I don't know which one. Honestly, I think I want to use that one. Dobby working at McDonald's.
It's just like
Dobby is a free elf.
It's Mac from Mac and Me, but he's so fed up that he's had to keep working in McDonald's, but he's also the sponsor now.
That's brilliant. I love it.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's really good. That's made my day. So that's our hated films. Probably a bit of a shorter episode this week, but I think sometimes it's nice to be short.
Next time we should just talk about things we like.
Well, normally we do.
Yeah. It was a nice difference. It's just, I think it's easier to talk about things that you like than things that you dislike.
Yeah, because it just seems to be a bit more like, I don't know, unhinged. Like, yeah. Okay, so that's it from the Geeky Dad Strike Back for this week. I've been joined by Mike Shelgier.
See you later, dude.
Craig Edwards.
Au revoir.
And Petty Falou.
It's been a lovely tea party.
This will be a lovely tea party. We miss you, Chris.
The Geeky Dad Strike Back.
The Geeky Dad Strike Back is brought to you by Studio Brayscore.